Hello everyone, the Corn Potato here. Friday Night Funkin' is a game. Friday Night Funkin' is a good game. But most of all, Friday Night Funkin' is a fucking weird game. Not that that is in any way a bad thing. I mean, when the plot is that the main character's girlfriend's ex-rockstar dad challenged the main character to a rap battle for trying to kiss his daughter, most of the cast don't even have real names, plus the basically endless possibilities for crossovers, shit is bound to get weird real fast. I mean, one of the devs actually once tweeted at Toby Fox asking if they could put Sans in the game. These people have no chill, and it's amazing. But of course, with such a weird game comes many questions and theories. Is BF related to Hatsune Miku? How is GF white when her parents are fucking purple? Why the hell are Skid and Pump even here? There are so many random theories and fun facts about Friday Night Funkin' that I can barely keep up. Man, if only there was some nice and easy way to package all of these things together. Yes, some trendy thing that put it all in one place so that you could talk about all these things and get views at the same time. Wait, since when was I on a boat? What was that? Oh, hey, that works. Iceberg videos. The hip and trendy way to talk about stupid tweets, random bits of scrapped and lost content, and theories so dumb that they make the concept of the moon landing being faked sound completely logical. I've been wanting to make an iceberg video for a fat minute now. Not just because views, though I'd be lying if I said that wasn't at least a small factor, but because I love watching them. It's such a neat format, and I'm not surprised at all that it's taken off so much. The reason I didn't do it sooner, though, was because I didn't know what to cover. That is, until yesterday, when I was scrolling the Friday Night Funkin' subreddit and found a Friday Night Funkin' Iceberg. So, I saw no reason not to make a video on it. So I'm gonna stop rambling about shit and just get to it. This is the Friday Night Funkin' Iceberg. The sky. This section is just some fairly standard stuff. Most of y'all will probably know everything here already. Winter Horrorland. The third song of week 5, and the official introduction of the monster character into the game, likely included due to its nature of sorta coming out of left field right at the end. Thorns. The third song of week 6, almost definitely included for the exact same reason as Winter Horrorland, being a sort of creepy thing that comes out of nowhere. Old icons. In the first few weeks of the game, the little icons on the progress bar thing at the bottom were very different. BF had a strange yellow thing, and all the opponents just had the dad's icon. This was, however, changed in week 4, where everyone was given their own unique icon, and BF was given one that actually looked like him. Modding community. You basically can't talk about FNF without talking about the mods. The sprites in the game are super easy to edit, and basically every file is just kinda out on display ready to be changed. And as such, there's a ridiculous amount of different mods. Hell, even one of my friends made one. Hell, even I made one! Pico's Origins. The opponent of week 3, Pico isn't actually a character made up by the game, but rather originates from a game called Pico's School, which was made by Tom Fulp. And if that name sounds familiar, it's probably because he was, you know, the guy who invented motherfucking Newgrounds. The Surface. This is still some fairly standard stuff. Stuff that it's possible to not know, but most almost certainly will. Blue balls. A small detail that could be easily missed if you aren't paying attention during the game overscreen is that if you look down at BF's crotch, you can see, yeah, you get the picture. BF/Evan/Keith/Freddy. The boyfriend has had many different names throughout the game's time in existence thus far. He started off as just the boyfriend before the thing in YouTube descriptions that identify games featured in videos kept saying that the game was FNAF, which led to Phantom Arcade, one of the devs, saying on Twitter that until it stopped happening, BF's new name was Freddy. Then it stopped happening and his name went back to being the boyfriend. Evan and Keith were just random made-up fan names that, as far as I know, were just made up. Yeah. Cameo in Spooky Mode. In the latest episode of Spooky Month, the series by YouTuber Sir Pilo that Skid and Pump originate from, Unwanted Guest, there is a scene where Skid and Pump are in a mall and you can see the boyfriend. And also that one dude from Pizza Tower. I think his name is Peppino or something? I don't know. On the topic of Skid and Pump...
Back when Week 2 was originally released, the difficulty curve between Dad Battle and It was downright ridiculous. It was so hard, in fact, that the devs actually went out of their way to make it easier. For those of you wanting an idea of just how bad it was, here's our artist's rendition of it. Yeah, checks out.
Hatsune Miku and BF are related. This is sort of a half theory, half joke. Basically, the gist is that due to BF and Hatsune Miku both being blue-haired singers, and a bunch of people just started making jokes about the two being brother and sister. And then there were mods about it, and fan art, etc., etc. It's the whole thing. Now Hatsune Miku's in the background of Week 5. The shallow waters. Now this is where things start to pick up. We finally broke in the surface of the water. Monster. The original song for The Monster. It was scrapped because Ninja Muffin was having an awful time trying to chart the song. But after it was found in the files, someone actually went ahead and properly charted it. Ninja Muffin found it and asked for the files so he could fix the minor issues and put it into the game. And then, Week 7 rolls around, and it has officially been added, meaning that Week 2 is no longer only 2 songs. Hatsune Miku in Week 5. Remember what I mentioned earlier about the joke of BF and Hatsune Miku being related? Yeah, well that joke got so widespread it ended up being referenced in the game. In the background of Week 5, you can see several characters hidden. Yeah, Henry Stickmin, Super Meat Boy, Monster, and even Hatsune Miku. Fresh Boyfriend Remix. There was actually an official lyrical adaptation of Fresh from Week 2. It's a rap song written from the boyfriend's perspective, and it is genuinely a bop. You should check it out sometime if you've never listened to it. It's really good. Girlfriend's Skin. You ever notice how GF is white despite both her mom and dad having purple skin? Why is that? I personally like to believe that the mom cheated on the dad and the dad just didn't care because they're motherfucking evil or some shit. But there really isn't a real answer for this.
One can only wonder.
That one motherfucking note in Bo Peebo. I don't really know what this was talking about.
That one fucking note after the ooh! It's just a fucking straight left note. No sound from oh daddy dearest, no movement from him. BF doesn't need a fucking singing or anything. I swear to fuck, it's almost like my copy is personalized or something. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, bro? You still there? Wait, no.
I should probably add that one thing my friend forgot to mention is that when the Week 7 update came, they went through and recharted all of the songs, which included the removal of this note. Oh god, my head. The middle. Halfway there. No going back now. We are officially in this for the long haul. I'll make her father pay for what he's done to me and all the others. This is just one of Spirit's lines from Week 6, talking about how GF's dad has apparently done awful things to every potential boyfriend of the GF that lost the rap battle. There really isn't that much else to it, yeah. Ridge. Another scrap song. This one, however, isn't even really a scrapped song, because it was never even meant to be in the game. It's just a song from a Ridge Racer game that they used to test the charting system, and then left in the files, not the files. Sans in Friday Night Funkin. Okay, this is referring to one or two things. This is either referring to one of the devs tweeting at Toby Fox to see if they could get Sans in the game, or this is referring to the probably millions of fucking Sans mods that probably exist. I know there's at least one. There's probably like 20. BF's only fair. It's no secret that the boyfriend is pretty damn fearless. I mean, for fuck's sake, a pixel person threatened to tear his ballsack off, and his only response was to speak in R2-D2 language. And when a lemon monster threatened to eat his girlfriend, he just rapped at the thing. Despite all of this, though, he does have one fear.
I'm afraid of lightning!
Yeah. Lightning and thunder. So, funny story, someone on Twitter posted shipping out of BF and Pico, to which Ninja Muffin, the game's lead dev, found it and retweeted it saying it was canon that the two had dated in the past, and then Tom Fulp himself was like, fuck yeah it is! Truly a story for the ages, isn't it? The depths. And as we descend even deeper into the sea, we find ourselves entering an area not seen by many. Brief warning, shit starts to get really weird from here on, and we start talking about some less than wholesome topics. Viewer discretion is advised going forward. Stream doodles. This is just referring to the doodles that the devs make on streams. And oh boy, let me tell ya, between Pico shooting BF in the face and BF stabbing an Among Us crewmate, man, those things get weird. Pico is a smoker. This is probably just a joke about how deep and raspy the noises used for Pico are, which, I mean, fair enough. His voice does make him sound like he's a smoker, and given the background of, like, how he is and, like, in his games and stuff, I can totally believe that's true. The mom was made as Rule 34. This is, fairly self-explanatory, and if you don't know what that means, then you really should not be watching this video. Lemon Demon and Hatsune Miku Baby. This highly cursed sentence is likely in reference to a highly cursed piece of fan art. At least I'm hoping that that's what it's referencing, because if it's referencing something else, then oh boy am I terrified. Zone 10 in Week 5. In the front row of people in Week 5, there are, several other Newgrounds people. You got Darnell from Pico School, some guys who, okay, I don't know who those people are, and then you have Zone 10. What's that? Who's Zone 10? They're porn artists. Yeah. The bottom. Now this is where stuff starts to get interesting. If you've never heard of some of the stuff in these last two sections, no one can blame you. Not all can be cursed with knowledge, after all. Ninja Muffin 99 cancellation. The only thing in these below segments that you're likely to know anything about. I'm not super sure on all the details here. From what I have picked up on, Ninja Muffin said some really dumb shit back in Twitter back in the day in an attempt to be edgy. People found them, he almost got canceled, and he apologized on Twitter, and the whole thing kinda died down. If there's a bit more to it than that, feel free to tell me in the comments. Whatever. Lemon Demon is a relative of the mom and dad. Where the hell did the monster even come from? It's a very good question that not many have bothered to ask. But what if he's related to the mom or the dad? After all, the two of them are clearly demons of some kind, and it would certainly explain how he got tangled up in all of this in the first place. Who knows? It's certainly possible. I mean, weirder shit happens in this game. Mr. Douchebag in Friday Night Funkin. Everybody knows who Mr. Douchebag is. But did you know that, according to a tweet by Phantom Arcade that has since been deleted, plans to add the character into Friday Night Funkin' were put into motion. Stories even say that if you perfect every song on hard mode, go into the free play menu, enter the Konami code, then begin the song blammed while holding shift, you will be loaded into a beta version of the song. You will see Mr. Douchebag's faceless head, and GDF will be replaced with Ray William Johnson. But, due to its status as a beta, the notes are broken, and you will die instantly as soon as the face forms. Why was it scrapped, you asked? Well, simple. The meme fucking died. .xml. Folktale of a legend of— Oh, fuck, again? What is your problem today, dude?
Folktale of a legend of the first player to ever play Week 6. They said that this player had gone through Senpai and Roses both perfectly, missing not a single note. However, when they reached the third song, Thorns, they ended up missing the first note on accident. This, for some reason, causing the spirit boss to morph into a glitched wall of sprites. Along with that change, the song got incredibly difficult, with the beats per minute increasing and more notes attached to each sound the players would make. The player managed to just barely scrape by with about 4% of the health bar intact. After getting through the song and finishing Week 6, they decided that they had had enough for the night, having played the other weeks in excitement, and went to bed. When they awoke, they found that they had photorealistic hands! And I would know. I was there when it happened!
That's not scary.
Hello everybody, welcome to Same Theory, where we discuss theories that are the same as other theories. And for today's episode, is the boyfriend secretly Ness? Now you may say that doesn't make any sense, but just take a look at them both side by side. Look at that, they both wear clothes. Pretty damning evidence if you ask me. Anyway, did you know that only negative 69% of people who exist are subscribed?
The Abyss. Well, this is it. The final level. The deep, dark abyss. We must say that the last person to come down here never resurfaced, but I'm sure I'll make it out alright. But I cannot leave until I have told you of the pieces of lore that hide down here. So let's get this over with, because holy shit is it cold down here, like what the fuck? Senpai knows Giffany. You guys remember that one episode of Gravity Falls? You know, that one that managed to predict a DLC and Five Nights at Freddy's and get Sue slayed all in the same episode? Yeah? And you remember that crazy computer program bitch, Giffany? Yeah, well, she's a living computer AI with thoughts and emotions. Sound familiar? And no, I'm not talking about Monica. Senpai from Week 6. He's a computer AI with thoughts and emotions. What if those two even know each other? Or what if they're even in the same game? Bo Beepo syndrome. Legends tell of an early version of Friday Night Funkin', wherein the part of the song was at such a high frequency that caused those who heard it to have seizures, commit suicide, and in the most extreme cases, spontaneously begin doing the spooky dance until they gave out from exhaustion and died. The frequency of the part has since been lowered, and no footage of the original version exists online. But that's probably for the best. Skid and Pump are being held for ransom. According to Phantom Arcade, the reason Skid and Pump are around is because the monster tricked them into kidnapping GF. But some people aren't convinced. Some people think that the monster is actually holding them for ransom. I mean, in Spooky Month, we literally see them casually climb into a white van with no questions asked. So it's completely possible that they did it, and it turned out to be someone actually malicious. But hey, who knows? Not me, I don't know shit. Boyfriend is an insect person. Why does BF wear a hat is a question that I don't think anyone in the entire community has ever asked. But really, Why does he? Is it to look cool? Does he just like hats? Or perhaps it's to hide a sinister secret. After all, hiding things on your head under a hat is a classic media trope. Hell, it even happened in SpongeBob once. What if BF's hat is there to hide something? Like perhaps antenna? Could BF be an insect person? It's not out of the question. After all, he is unnaturally shorter than most people in his world, and speaks in a language that is certainly not English. Or perhaps he isn't an insect person. No. Perhaps he is an alien in league with the praying mantises. Holy shit, I got... Scrapped Thorns lyrics. According to several sources that I cannot find because the government controls the internet now, there were originally going to be lyrics to the song Thorns that were taken out because they were deemed too disturbing for public ears, and the lyrics have only ever been heard by Kawaii Sprite and Bassett Films. No one knows what was in the lyrics that was so disturbing, but people have theories. Some say it told of a future where COVID never ends, and the world is an apocalyptic wasteland. Some say it tells the story of a real murder, and some say that the lyrics never actually existed at all. But regardless of what you think, you really have to wonder what may have been in those words. And that's it. That's everything on the iceberg. I'd like to give a shout out to the people who brought us this iceberg. So big shout out to the Deformed Potato, Rebuild, and Spooky. Hey, wait a minute. That's us! Well, time for us to go now. So long, freezing cold ocean. Hello everyone, Deformed Potato here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. This is honestly probably the most work I've ever really put into a YouTube video, so I really hope you did enjoy it, and if you want to like the video or even subscribe, I mean, go ahead. I don't understand your tastes, but hey. And even if you don't, as long as you laughed at least one joke in here, then you know what? I've done my job. I would also like to give an ultimate way big sized thanks to my buds, Rebuild, and Spooky, or Spookyopath, as he's known on YouTube. Not only did they co-star in this video, even drawing their own talk sprites for it, but they were also exponentially helpful in the creation of the actual iceberg. So, yeah. You guys want to say anything?
Hey, Rebuild here. Just bleaching into videos that are better than mine again. Go support the devs. They're like really cool and stuff. Also, go make a Newgrounds account so I could use some traction. Other than that, be good people?
Well, it's the outro to the video, and that means instead of watching this, you can go outside and do whatever it is you sociable chodes do these days. Touch some grass, bang some girls, bang some grass, touch some girls. Don't do that last one, please.
Alright, so yeah, that's about it. If you want to download any of the mods that we have made, that were shown off in this video, I guess I can try to figure out, assuming I figure out how Mediafire works, there'll be a link in the description, because Game Banana is stupid and I'm not posting them there. So yeah, that's really all I've got to say. If it's your birthday, then hey, happy birthday, and I will catch you on the flip side.
Peace!